Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Wooting 60HE keyboard that was sent over to me by Wooting themselves for my honest review. So this keyboard goes for $174.99 in America with their keycaps as well, and I believe that's the only one available in America. With that out of the way, let's just get right into the unboxing. So inside the box you get the keyboard with the keycaps already on. Also inside the box is a couple of extra switches, a keycap puller, and a USB-A to USB-C wire that is braided and in black and yellow, which fits their color scheme perfectly. They also have this strap that you can put onto the keyboard itself, and it comes with its screws and stuff like that if you did want to do so. So what makes this keyboard so unique, and why am I considering it the perfect gaming keyboard? Well, that is specifically because of the switches in this keyboard. So these switches are not your ordinary switch. They have a start force of 40 grams and an end force of 60 grams. They are linear, but they are analog switches. Now what that means is it is a contactless magnet switch powered by some sensors, which means there is no metal leaf, pins, or optics, or anything like that that can suffer from wear and tear. And of course, because it is hot swappable, if one of them breaks, they do include a few, like I said before, that you can easily swap in and swap out. So this switch is very fast, and the cool part about it being analog means that you can change the actuation point from 0.1 millimeters all the way down to 4 millimeters to fit your personal preference. So if you have it at 0.1, you barely even have to tap on it for the switch to actuate. Now I will say, from my testing, the 0.1 millimeter actuation force is very buggy at the moment. Like if you press down or like lightly press on it, it'll just spam like every key on the keyboard, which I don't know if that's a problem with mine, but I just thought I'd point that out. I'm pretty sure this could be fixed with a firmware update, but just something to keep in mind. What I do is I have mine set to around 2 millimeters actuation force, and I have what they call their rapid trigger on. Now what this means is right after you let go of the key, it'll automatically reset. Usually on regular keyboards, it has to get to a certain point in the switch to reset so you can press it again. On this one, that is not the case. The instant you let go is the instant the key will reset. Now, on paper, you might be thinking, well, does this actually matter in gameplay? Like, does it actually feel different? I can say for sure that it does. Now, another thing, the reason why this keyboard is so good for gaming is because of how fast it is. It has a polling rate of 1000 Hz and a scan matrix of 1000 Hz as well. And they have their own mode that you can turn on that is called the Tachyon mode. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And it gives you less than 1 millisecond input latency. So this keyboard is very fast. It is very accurate as well too, and the best way I can show or give an example of this is with rhythm games that I play, which is Osu Taiko, and I was able to hit some notes that I've never been able to hit before. I felt great, my accuracy was on point. The notes that I was hitting sometimes on my old keyboard that would be 100 because apparently I hit it too late. That was not happening at all with this keyboard. I was constantly getting 98 accuracy or 99 accuracy in every song I played, no matter if it was 7-star or 6-star. So it just felt amazing. Now, with that being said, how does this keyboard sound? So the plate they're using is a steel plate, which is unfortunate. I would have at least hoped for like an FR4 plate considering the price of this keyboard, but it does come with case foam and plate foam, so at least there's that. The stabilizers are factory lubed, and right out the box, you know, it's not horrible. And now that it's a hot swap board, if you did want to mod them, you could do that by easily taking out the switch and then unclipping the stabilizers, because they are plate mounted stabilizers for easy access. So there is that. I went ahead and modded it, but I kind of regretted it afterwards. I tape modded this keyboard thinking that maybe it would sound better, but honestly it didn't sound better at all. It kind of sounded the same. So I don't really recommend modding this keyboard because the amount of effort you put into modding it is not really worth it. But if I do remember correctly, they said that you can get this keyboard out of the case and put it into any keyboard case that supports a DZ60 PCB. So if you did want to change it out for, you know, like a different colored case, but you wanted that super fast Actuation Force, then you could easily do that with this keyboard, which I think is a very cool feature considering this case is very lightweight. It feels kind of cheap if I'm being honest, and the acoustics of this case aren't the greatest at all. The software of this keyboard also lets you change the RGB, and it lets you turn on those modes that I talked about before, which is the Tachyon mode and the rapid trigger mode. So those are obviously available in the software, and that's where you will also change the actuation force of the keyboard as well for the switches, and you can actually do it per key if you did want to. Instead of just having them all 1mm actuation force, you can make one 1mm, the other one 4. So if you didn't want a fat finger, you would not have that problem with this keyboard. Very cool features. Everything about this keyboard is perfect for gaming. I cannot stress that enough. If you're looking for a gaming centric or gaming focused keyboard, this is what you should look at. Now, the only downside for me personally is that it is a 60% keyboard, which means you don't get the arrow keys, but I believe they make a full-size version and a TKO version. So if you did want to look into that, you could as well. And last but not least, I did want to quickly go over the carrying case that was also sent out to me as well. So this carrying case fits this specific keyboard and basically every 60% keyboard as well. It is themed in that black and yellow colorway with "Take control" on the front, little cool play on words. Inside the carrying case, you just unzip it. There's some straps to keep your keyboard in place, and it is a very tight fit, I will say that. Now, they also did send me 3 wrist rests, and I'll be doing a separate video on those just so I could spend more time on talking about everything about these wrist rests. Overall, I am in love with this keyboard. I love it for rhythm games or, you know, shooting games in general, like Valorant, CSGO, League of Legends, all those types of games. It is very well rounded for gaming. I love this keyboard and I definitely recommend it if you are in the market for a gaming focused keyboard. Let me know what you guys think about this keyboard in the comments down below, and I'll be leaving a link to it in the description below for you to purchase. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.